Hello, Cosmic World. I don't know. I feel like making a vlog. Knives goes to every convention ever. I kind of stopped doing this for some conventions because after you've been to a convention or event or something that extends for like the 5th time, how much more can you say about it, right? So it felt a bit repetitive doing the same thing. But I don't know. I'm feeling up to it. I haven't really made a video like this in a while, and I think it could be fun. So last weekend we headed up to the Bristol Renaissance Fair. It's along the Indiana-Wisconsin border, and it is a wonderful fair. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the ambiance, the buildings worked into the trees and the uneven landscaping, and most importantly, like the artists and everything there to see. Sorry, excuse me. We go every year, and typically we have some sort of like agenda to get done. Where we need to get supplies, or we're looking for what particular knick-knack or this or that, or we want to see something. But this year we didn't. We've kind of seen everything possibly, and so we decided we're going to meander at our own pace, and so we did. We would go about 100 or 200 feet and have a seat. We would just keep doing that throughout the day. That was our whole day. And Bristol Renaissance Fair is really awesome in that you can go 100, 200 feet and see whole new different things, whole new performances. It is chock-packed full of various independent artists or performers or whatever you want to call them, whether they be directly related to the Bristol Renaissance Fair or they're just hobbyists or people who are enjoying themselves at the fair. In fact, I think that's one of the strengths of this fair is that they really encourage a lot of that, and they maybe not support it. I don't know the details or if they're endorsed or if they're giving some sort of like nod to go ahead and do whatever they're doing. But when I've gone to this year after year after year, I've noticed that the people who keep coming back with more and more awesome kind of performances. Whether they start off as an independent person who's got kind of a kooky, cool idea, or a group of friends are like, yeah, let's do this thing and have fun with it. I've noticed them, if they're consistent, that they come back every year and get more and more elaborate and more awesome with larger groups or more this or that. And there gets to be a point where there's just no way that they're able to do these kinds of performances without the support of the Renaissance Fair. If they wanted to, they could easily stop them, but it seems as though they are given some sort of nod or approval, and then they go forth with that idea. It's pretty cool to see what our originally fans kind of maybe, at least I think, brought into like the family within the Renaissance Fair. And of course they have, a few more booths, or a few more benches or improvements here and there every year, which is really nice. I am not too happy with the loss of grass in a couple areas, but that's like the most thing. That's the hardest gripe I can give, if you can even call it a gripe, of like, oh, they put down 50 benches and now people are walking through and all the grass got smushed. Oh well. But the ambiance is really awesome. It's way nicer than, in my opinion, like the way they work everything in, where everything's left or taken care of in such a way that it fits the Renaissance theme, that it looks just really awesome, is nicer than a theme park, because you can touch the things, or you can go into some little nook and corner and see something new or interesting that a shop owner has put back there that may not be seen too much by most people, but is there. Because it seems like a lot of these people are really interested and invested in this before they even get into the fair. But, oh well. Me ranting about how I enjoy the fair. In general, this time around we came for a birthday. We were hoping to meet the person for her birthday up there, but we were there for hours and never saw them. We wandered around. We were going at a pretty slow pace. They could have, we weren't going to catch them. They might be able to catch us, but whatever. So because I wasn't really planning on carrying everything or doing anything afterwards, I decided to drink. Now, I didn't drink too much. I didn't go nuts. They have a pub crawl where they take you around the circuit and go to various other pubs there. And they have some really nice inset pubs with good, nice kind of themes to them. I didn't do that. I'm thinking about doing that when we come back. My wife is thinking of doing that for her birthday in a couple weeks. That could be fun if I do the pub crawl. What I did this time was I had just a couple drinks, some Mike's Hard, a hard ginger ale, and then some absinthe. And that was good. That was my day. Not all at once, obviously, but enough to keep me going and walking around a hilly terrain. My wife got a few knickknacks and this and that, and I got my fudge. Every year I grab a few cubes of fudge. This year I got a pound of fudge, and I'm pretty happy with that. The other things we got are some chocolate-covered cherries and some chocolate-covered coffee beans, which I didn't realize were coffee beans until I bit into one. I thought they were like blueberries or something like that. Oh well. I wasn't really paying too much attention at that shop because we got to it like a half an hour before the place is closing, and so we're like, oh man, we gotta get to the front and we gotta get out of here before the place closes. But the shopkeeper was really nice. I think he even recognized me, maybe, because he's like, oh no, take your time. I know you're gonna go sit down in the back with your wife and have a treat, and that's what we usually do. There's a little nook in the back with a fountain and some chairs. And it's a really nice place to eat your little candy you just bought. We ended up getting chocolate-covered raspberries and enjoying those for a moment before we had to leave. And we did the things we always do. We fed the turtles, and we saw 2 giant turtles there. They're amazingly hard to videotape because they don't come to the surface very often, and when they do, it's usually just their heads. They're kind of like vertical all the time, so We didn't see the grandpa turtle, the great turtle with the moss on its back. But oh well, we got 2 giant snapping turtles, which were pretty cool. Oh well, I hope you guys enjoy. The Renaissance Fair, Bristol Renaissance Fair, is still open. If you're anywhere near the Wisconsin-Illinois border and you're interested in doing it, I hope I influence you to come this year. There's a few more weeks where it's going to be running, and of course they'll be back next year. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you guys there. Good times to all. Bruh. Listen, I got cosplay tutorials, con coverage, and general cosplay fun. Why don't you stick around a bit?